Japan is creating a Metaverse Economic Zone. We're going to be breaking down what that means and why it is huge. So without further ado, welcome to the channel and let's go ahead and just dive right in. Japan just dropped massive news on the Web3 gaming space, as well as the metaverse and NFT space. We're going to be diving into all of that and how that's going to affect platforms like Animoca Brands, Vivi, Web3 Gaming, and much more. All right, so before we do, I'm your co-host Kyle Wilson here, where we talk about all those topics regularly on the channel here, so you don't want to miss the alpha, so be sure to subscribe if you're digging the content. So let's dive into it. It says here, Japan gets its own Metaverse Economic Zone with help from Fujitsu and other companies like Mitsubishi. Now, these two companies are multinational, obviously, and they've been around for a very long time. You can see here the many different companies that are helping build this Japan Metaverse Economic Zone. What does this actually mean? Now, we're going to go to an article on the actual Fujitsu website, and it says here, creating an open metaverse infrastructure from a role-playing game perspective. Now, that's very interesting, right? Because this doesn't really seem like, what we think of the metaverse, but what they think of the metaverse and how they're going to roll it out. But this aligns perfectly from a company already existing in the Web3 space, Animoca Brands, who's actually been aligning exactly with this vision, and they've already been doing that. As a matter of fact, they've already invested into a Japanese firm called Psychic VR Lab, focusing directly on the metaverse and VR. So this could be massive and have, obviously big implications on the Web3 gaming space, the NFT space, and the Web3 metaverse space. So keep an eye on Animoca Brands and what they're doing over there as well. And we also want to mention Vivi, because they're not only building their own metaverse called the Viviverse, but they already have Japanese kind of anime, if you will, NFTs like Ultraman here, and they'll continue to drop more brands and more Japanese style brands, as we heard from founder David Yu talking about how they're going to go after more Japanese brands and IP. And it won't be a big surprise. We already have in the Web3 space as a whole, Hello Kitty, for example, that dropped on a platform called Recur. Now, again, be on the lookout for this, because Vivi is building their own metaverse as well, and long term they could be interoperable. We know that we can bring in NFTs in the Viviverse, but they have these notable brands and IP already, so that could be another play as well to look out for. Now let's get back into this article here. Now it shows here, if we scroll down just a bit, it talks a lot about gaming specifically. You can see this agreement is based on the concept of updating Japan through the power of games by Hijami Tabata, a globally renowned game creator, founder of JP Games, and the Web3 advisor for the Japanese government's digital agency. That's pretty big, and is the industrial DX initiative that utilizes gaming technology and was established by way of each company's endorsement of the concept. Now, again, that is big. They're putting a huge focus on Web3, gaming, and metaverse. All right, so you can go through this article here, and it shows you exactly these different use cases and scenarios here. It says background and purpose of the basic agreement, and we're not going to get into all of this, but you can see the different types of games. RPG talks a little bit about avatars, and it goes on and on about that. Now, again, I can link this in the description below, but we're going to be talking a little bit about some of these other IPs that have noticeably been looking like metaverses. Look at this. Nintendo is about to drop this, obviously, Super Mario movie, or the Super Mario movie is about to come out. I'm definitely going to be watching this with my kids, and this looks very fun. But look at that. It looks literally like the sandbox style metaverse, if you will. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a massive gaming giant like Nintendo, an OG in the space, that have notable brands and IP as well. So this could definitely be interesting. And as you can see, look at the movie here. We can show you exactly what the movie kind of looks like with this kind of Super Mario looking metaverse. It looks kind of like, wow, this could be something that they do, right? Now, again, I'll have to go watch the movie when it comes out. But here are some other notable brands that are obviously huge in Japan. One of those obviously being Nintendo off the bat. Then there's Toyota. Now you might say like, yeah, what about Toyota? They haven't built anything crazy yet, but they could, because BMW, they launched a integration with Ready Player Me avatars in their smart cars that are like, it's basically like an AI car. And Toyota might follow suit with this type of, gamificate or type of avatars and things like that into their cars as well. I wouldn't be too surprised. Sony, they've done their Gran Turismo VR, and that looks pretty crazy and ridiculous and looks so fun. So I wouldn't be too surprised. I think they have already built products around Web3 as well. And the list goes on here. Now, these aren't all going to be in the metaverse. I mean, they could, but the potential of a lot of these anime brands as well, we're not going to get too far into this article because it's like ramen noodles and things like that, but you get the idea. As you can see where this could go go and it could snowball, especially if this, type of initiative becomes really successful. So that's really all I got for this video here. I hope you enjoyed and that opened your mind about where the metaverse is going. I even tweeted today that they said metaverse was a fad, but the more as time goes on, it looks like more and more countries are launching these huge initiatives around the metaverse. And this is exciting for me because Japan, I think, is going in the right direction, where I like to see an open metaverse standard and a Web3 interoperability type of scenario. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, and other ways you can support the channel are, literally just joining the YouTube membership for $1 per month. And I am very much appreciative of that. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.